Hi Year 11, so I thought we'd start off with a bit of a code to crack. So if you pause the video somewhere here and see if you can crack the code. It's really important that we get this cracked because these, the message that is this code is basically the focus of the whole lesson. So pause the video here, crack the code. Hopefully then this is what your code cracking skills got us to. Allah is one, Allah is unique, nothing can be compared with Allah. Now these are the most fundamental beliefs that every single Muslim has. Every other belief that a Muslim has comes from these three beliefs about Allah. He's one, He's unique, and nothing can be compared with Him. It is worth leaving a little space for your date and your title. We don't have our books, but on a piece of paper. Leave a little space for your date and your title and write these down for me, please. Now, these three beliefs make up what is referred to as Tawhid. So, that is your title. Why is Tawhid important? And hopefully over the lesson, you're going to do a bit of work to identify why Tawhid is important and why and how it affects the way that Muslims live their lives. So you're going to have to do a bit of research today. We were going to do this as a quick off the draw, but that's crazy hard to figure out how we could do it when we are not all together. So you are more than welcome to get in a WhatsApp chat or a Teams chat with somebody else in the class and to work together on these. By all means, don't feel like you've got to do them all by yourself. But I want to see the answers to these questions written in your book. What is monotheism? What is Tawhid? What is meant by oneness? What is polytheism? What does shirk mean in Islam? How does Tawhid relate to shirk? Give an example of shirk. What is the difference between lesser and greater shirk? How does belief in Tawhid affect Muslims? And do different Muslims have different beliefs about Tawhid and shirk? And by different Muslims there, we're talking about Sunni and Shia Muslims. So you're going to need to look at the two. So pause, get in touch with someone. Don't feel like you have to do this by yourself. Work with somebody if you want to. And work your way through these 10 questions. Make sure you've got the question and the answer, or alternatively, a nice long answer that we know what the question was. So it says something like monotheism is the belief in only one God. There you go, I did the first one for you. That's how great a teacher I am. So the answers to these, I'm not going to tell you on this video, otherwise you might just not bother to do the research. But I will, on Friday, upload the answers to these questions into the files section of Teams. So you can go in and just double check you've got the answers right. Anything you don't have, make sure you add it in to your answers so that we have the answers to all of these questions. But the remainder of the lesson, we're really going to focus on that idea of Tawhid, God's oneness, His uniqueness, and the fact that nothing is anything like God. Now, these are the reasons that Tawhid is important to Muslims. So what I'd like you to do is two things. First of all, jot these down. I've put there to draw a picture that represents each of the reasons, and I thoroughly enjoyed looking at your pictures last week. But if you don't want to draw pictures, that's absolutely fine. But we do need to get these reasons written down. As you're writing them down, you can think about the second task, which is ranking these reasons from 1 to 9, 1 being the most important reason, as in, why do Muslims really think that Tawhid is so important? Which of these reasons, if you were Muslim, would be the main reason that you would believe in Tawhid and think it was so important, to 9 being the least. And then for number 1, number 2, and number 3, so the 3 most important reasons, I'd like you just to jot down why you think that is the case. Okay, so don't worry about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, explaining them, but I do want you to explain 1, 2, and 3. Because if we were to answer an exam question about the importance of Tawhid, it would probably be 1, 2, and 3 that you'd be focusing your attention on. So it's really good if we now have the skills to be able to explain those 3. There is no right or wrong answer here. These are all reasons that it's important. This is you using your brains and your feelings about it, which of these is the most important. So crack on and do that, get them jotted down, draw pictures if you want, and then rank them 1 to 9. 1 being the most important, 9 being the least important, and then explain the top 3. Easy life. So then, this is the task I'd like you to send me as part of our Wednesday lesson. I'd like you to try and do the hardest one of these that you can. So if one of them looks too difficult, that's absolutely fine. Do one of the others. They're all worth 6 marks, I guess, in total. So it's up to you which of them you have a go at. And I'd like you to photograph this and send it to me as part of the assignment. I'll pop it on the assignments for you. That's it then, guys. We are done and dusted with Tawhid. Like I say, check back on Friday because I will pop on the answers to those 10 questions to make sure your research is spot on. And please make sure that you send me your assignment, let's say by Friday, and then the two match up quite nicely with your hardest question from the previous slide. Well, look after yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.